what you women go through with your bodies.
Danielle, what did you do?
I'm sorry.
I love you.
What do you want?
I just want to feel normal again. They just keep taking more and more of me away. I just feel like I'm not going to be me when they stop.
I want us to be in this together.
You can do this. So this is me now.
Hey, baby girl, have you lost some weight?
Cancer.
Well, that'll do it.
There she is.
Amy. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Amy. I'm Jeff in Las Vegas.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, and Devin as well. Congratulations on an amazing film.
Thank you.
Well, Devin, I went to film school at UNLV back in the 90s. I was the very first film school. When I took a screenwriting class, the first thing the teacher said was, write what you know about. So Love, Danielle is a very personal and emotional film for you. Can you tell us your story?
Yeah, I mean, it's close to what's in the movie. So yeah. I carry a BRCA gene mutation, and I was deciding whether or not to undergo preventative surgeries while my sister was going through chemo for breast cancer, and while my mother was really triggered with memories of going through ovarian cancer herself, and her sister having ovarian cancer and ultimately passing away from it.
Is that all? Oh my God. Just my heart goes out to you and your story. It's just remarkable what you had to go through. And Amy, can you give us the details about the BRCA gene and how many women does this affect?
Well, first of all, it's not just women. I'm going to stop you right there. It's men.
Okay, yes, that's true.
So I'll start with the numbers first and then go back to what it means. So about 1 in 200 to 400 individuals worldwide carry a BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene mutation. That's both women and men. So it's important to note that both mothers and fathers can carry and or pass on a BRCA gene mutation to daughters and or sons. And what BRCA is they are basically, we all have them. They're tumor suppressing genes that keep us safe. They protect us from not getting cancer. And what happened, like Devin and like myself, I'm also a BRCA1 gene mutation carrier, is when you are born with a mutation in one of those genes, you inherently have an increased risk of developing certain cancers because you don't have the protection of one working gene.
Wow. Well, Devin, you had such incredible decisions to make, and I understand why you made this film, but was a feature film always your first choice instead of a podcast or a book or?
That's a great question, Jeff. Let's see. So I am an actor. It's what I've been doing my whole life. So I always say, I don't know if it was ego or I don't know, but that was sort of how I felt would be the best way to tell this story. It's what I knew. It's what I felt like I, was comfortable with. And I just love the visual medium. And I thought it would be really strong to include some of the visuals of what my body was going through when I was recovering from these surgeries. And I didn't even really think about creating a project about this until I was literally waking up in recovery from my double mastectomy. And yes, I was, still sort of on drugs, but I remember thinking, oh my gosh, there's nothing out there in entertainment about this exact situation. And wouldn't it be amazing if there were a way that we could spread information about protecting yourself and knowing your choices with BRCA, and also to create a community with all of the people who have been through what I've been through.
I was going to say, Amy, because when I first heard about this condition, it was through high-profile celebrities. I think Angelina Jolie, so I didn't realize how common it was, or, so this film is a real eye-opener for me.
Well, I love hearing that because that's what we want to do. We want to open people's eyes. We want to, tell people about genetic predisposition for cancer. We hope that through this entertaining film, they're educated through the humor and through us just sneaking in there, and almost they don't know that they're getting educated while they're being entertained. And that's what I love about it. That's why I like the humor infused in the film.
By the way, Devin, you're a very talented actress. You were wonderful. So
thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And then you have a supporting cast of a who's who in Hollywood: Leslie Ann Warren, Barry Boswick, Jamie Presley. I'm forgetting the Latino actor's name when he's in the room with you.
Raymond
Jamie King.
Cruz.
It's Jamie King and Raymond Cruz, right?
Yes, just I mean, I've seen them for decades, and they're amazing in this too. So, were you surprised how many of these A-list actors wanted to join your project?
We were so lucky. It was incredible to have them all come on. And I think what's so wonderful is that they all understood how important the subject matter was. And so they felt inclined to come on. I mean, Raymond Cruz, especially his sister passed away from cancer, and he really wanted to be a part of spreading information about how you can try to prevent it and how you can protect yourself. So we were just so lucky that they all really, were interested in the material.
And Amy, hitting the film festival circuit, I noticed that the
Yeah.
film's been making its rounds, including right here in Las Vegas for the Nevada Women's Film Festival. Congratulations.
Yes.
And this is, women will be able to turn to this movie in the future as well, to know they're not alone, right? And men as well.
Yeah, that's what we get a lot when we go to these screenings is thank you. I feel seen. Thank you. I don't feel so alone. And for us, as filmmakers making this film, I mean, that's the best sort of commentary you can get after somebody sees this film. And the husbands or the boyfriends that come with these women are like, wow, I had no idea. The family members, the mothers, the fathers, I had no idea that, my daughter went through this. The comments are great. It's very rewarding to get the comments.
And Devin, is there something?
Yeah,
I'm saying, should we get screened for this? I mean, when I get my yearly test, for blood sugar and cholesterol, I'm never told about this. Is this something that's easy or common should ask for?
Amy is the expert in this. Amy?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Dr.
Jeffrey,
Amy?
I love this question because it's really important to understand. Yes, you can go to your regular primary care physician and ask about this, talk about this. However, most primary care physicians, OBGYNs, are not trained in medical genetics. So while they might have the testing available in their office and you can bring it up, and some might be more knowledgeable than others, I always say the best first step is reaching out to and speaking with a certified genetic counselor. And you can talk to them nowadays by phone, also in person. You go to nsgc.org, you can find somebody close to you or via phone. It's a conversation. And it doesn't mean necessarily you need genetic testing. It means you need to have a conversation, understand what your risk is, let them assess you, let the expert assess you, and walk through your family history and if it warrants genetic testing.
And finally today, Devin, is there a positive side to your story about all this tragedy that came out of it? I can tell you, I think my part of this is that my mom had a hysterectomy back when she's in her early 20s, and she was born in the 1930s. But out of that came my big brother, my sister, and myself. We were all adopted, So I know if she didn't have that condition, I never would have had my mom, who I lost during COVID in the nursing home. But I'm just saying, I just think out of that tragedy, she got all three of us. And I'm the baby in the family, so I was the mama's boy, of course. So
I love it. That's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I think there are so many bright sides to these. I mean, listen, it's tough. There are also still, things that I'm dealing with from having gone through those surgeries. Yes, it's amazing to have this relief of not necessarily needing to worry that I'm going to have ovarian cancer or breast cancer like my sister or my mom. I still have to follow a lot of testing and what things to follow up on everything that's now happened to my body and make sure that I'm healthy. But it's that relief. The relief is so incredible. This feeling that I've been carrying this weight on my shoulders. My mom had ovarian cancer when I was 14. I think since then I have been worried about being diagnosed with ovarian cancer. There's no reliable screening method for it. So the relief of not having to carry that worry anymore is absolutely wonderful.
Well, Devin, I admire your courage, and Amy, I love your education too and your dedication. Congratulations on an amazing film, and I wish you best of luck with it. And let's talk again soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Okay.